Hey everybody, KC here. So I came down to Greenwich, Connecticut to the Apple store because I wanted to do a demo with the Apple Vision Pro. And my intention was to do it. Might be able to get a couple of pictures, and then what I was going to do was come out here and tell you about it. But I have to tell you, the experience is really, really hard to capture in words. To describe it to you would not be able to do it any kind of justice. So I was able to take a little video in the store while I was using the Vision Pro. I'm going to just show you a little bit of that, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and I'm going to tell you what I really think.
You're going to pick up the device like that, and as you lift it, I'll take the battery out of your way.
Okay.
And just put that on, and I'll just keep that on. There you go.
Okay, yeah, it's floppy. So I turn
Here, behind your right ear.
Oh, got it.
Got it? So if you look down, you'll get a sense of the altitude. Does that make you feel uncomfortable at all?
No, and
Good.
I'm not big on heights, but that doesn't make me
Okay,
feel...
well, there are going to be a couple of moments. If it gets to be too much, say
let you-
something, and you'll just die.
Hey, listen, can I say something? If this makes me queasy because of my fear of heights, that's impressive.
Okay, it's going to do it.
Okay.
So all right, now let's scroll right to left again. Pinch, scroll right to left. And now this is a spatial photograph taken with Apple Vision Pro. Imagine,
So that was taken using this.
yeah, one of these devices. Look at the three-dimensionality.
It's
of this.
unbelievable.
It's like being in there with it,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's amazing. It's a totally different way of reliving your memories.
Yeah. So I'm back in the office. I need a little time, quite frankly, to gather my thoughts about the Vision Pro. Let's start here. It is extraordinary technology. It is just amazing. The graphics are gorgeous. The ability to work in this spatial reality, using spatial computing, it seems pretty intuitive, and so it is just really fascinating. It's so immersive. It's just extraordinary. At one point, they had this moment where you're sitting in a rehearsal room, and Alicia Keys is singing, and it's like she's singing to. It was like she was singing to me. She like several feet away. I mean, it was mind blowing. It's the point where you're in the wild, and a rhinoceros comes up to you, and you feel like you want to reach out and pet him. They had a clip from Avatar where you feel like you're in the middle of the scene. They had some stuff from a baseball game, a professional baseball game, and you're like almost on the field. It's extraordinary, the degree to which it immerses you in the experience. Now, strikes me that this thing could be incredibly addictive, right? You could just get hooked on it, and you could just sit on your couch for hours and days and weeks and months and maybe never move except to eat and use the bathroom. That would not be a good thing. Also strikes me, it is very solitary, right? I mean, it is not a social connection. Although, that said, I can see people gaming on these things, and the way young people game is it's a very social experience for them. So I can see this gaming just blowing up with gaming, and people using it in a really interesting way to socialize with each other. At the moment, it seems like it's more appropriate for content consumption as opposed to, say, content creation. But that's going to change too. And like if you were a broker, let's say, and you had a number of different screens that you work on, this could be amazing. And I can just see what people will be able to do things so much more quickly because they wouldn't necessarily, they wouldn't have all these different screens to look at. They wouldn't have the distractions. Now, at the moment, is the headset a little heavy? Yeah. Is it a little cumbersome? Absolutely. But listen, it's going to get smaller. It's going to get better. Calculators at one point were pretty big, right? But by the way, the Vision Pro, it's $3,500 or so right now. It's going to get cheaper too. Calculators were $200, $300, $400 at some point. So the technology is going to get better, and it's going to become much more adaptive to what human beings want. The bottom line for me on this is, having done it, this is the beginning. This is the very beginning. And who knows what the end is going to look like. there will be more use cases that will pop up for this thing, because people are going to have access to the technology, and they're going to start inventing things that you can do with it. Somebody's going to make a movie that's going to be, yeah, you'll be able to watch it on a screen, but it's going to be a movie shot that is going to be so much better using the Vision Pros. It'll be somebody like James Cameron, right? It's going to do a movie specifically for this. And, Apple, if they're smart, they'll do it on Apple TV, and it's going to be amazing. I think that there's going to be a lot of ways to use it. Live sports, right? They showed an example of both soccer and baseball. I'll bet you there's going to be the ability to watch a live sporting events using these things in a way that will really make you feel like you're at the game in a really transcending kind of way. Here's my big suggestion to you. Go on apple.com, book yourself a demo at the local Apple store. Don't worry about the fact that it's not particularly useful right now in your business. At one point, there was an iPod, right? And what did it have? 1,000 songs or something like that, 500 songs. And look how that technology was used to build other kinds of devices and really change the world in a lot of way. Before there was an iPad, there was a Newton. And nobody bought the Newton. The Newton had limited usefulness. The iPad, not so much. It's a tremendously versatile piece of equipment, and that's kind of the way I feel about the Vision Pro. So go to the Apple, go online, book a demo, go to the Apple Store, spend a half an hour, spend 40 minutes, use it, ask lots of questions, and most of all, consider the possibilities. Because while shopping is not one of the things that they show in the demo, I have to imagine that down the road, this could be tremendously effective in helping people have a different kind of shopping experience. Talk about omni-channel. Talk about adaptive retail. This could be the next iteration. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.